Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of Think Business Live. Looking forward to talking with Joe Ingram. Joe, I'm looking forward to talking with you. I love talking about sales, and you focus in the automotive world, and I think it's such a fascinating space right now that we're going to dive into and learn a little bit about you. You are a renowned sales expert and consultant over the last 30 years, and known for a lot and really focusing in the auto field. So we're gonna dive into that. So one of the things I like to do as a business coach and a sales coach, but I always love to talk to the people on the show who have a recent stuck and how they got unstuck in their business. So before we dive in, what's that for you?
The stuck for me was the trusting trainers to go in for me.
Yeah.
So the scalability factor. And so it was like, I can deliver anything. I can deliver a talk, training, do whatever. But now it's like, okay, I have to build up trainers with me. And then it was the stuck part was, do I do it? Can I trust them? And then, right, do I see the business growing that much bigger that I can take the livelihood from other people to be trusted to me? And so
I hear you on that, because I think we're kind of alike. I mean, I've only known you for a couple minutes, but a lot of there's the coaching, and then there's the framework of what you're coaching, but then there's the intuitive nature to connect with the people, to feel the energy of the room on the specific person. And so it's not just teaching the product or what you're going to teach, but can you connect to the team, to the people that you're actually coaching, right? And so and finding that type of person is even extra difficult.
True. And my philosophy is edutainment.
Right.
We're going to educate you and entertain you at the same time. So I can't have somebody that comes on board and is going to go play a video, but is offended by the prank video.
Right.
That I require they play it, right? And I play it so I can determine if the people in the room should be in sales.
Correct. Right. So, you don't want edu boring. You don't want edu boring. Correct.
I don't want talking head, shut up, do it my way.
Correct.
Right? And a lot of sales trainers go in and go, say what I wrote, say what I wrote, say what I wrote. And nobody understands the psychology. Nobody knows anything to do with what it is, and they walk out, right? And what's the biggest thing you have, John, when you walk into a company because someone higher up said, we want you to come train people, the people walk in going, great, I should be out selling, even though you weren't. You were going to go have a donut in the break room and complain about the last 12 people. But when you look at it and go, you're in this room, and my answer is, why should I listen to you? I don't even have to. And there's that big filter.
Yeah.
Right. And so with laughter and humor, it breaks that ego wall down. And then now you can hear what we're saying.
Correct.
My answer is always, look, I'm not going to revolutionize your day. Take one thing from what I'm saying and go implement it.
I do the same thing. I talk about, hey, just take one thing from today. One of the things I do when I'm starting a training, whether it's leadership, sales, whatever it is I always, within the first couple of minutes, have some type of 1 minute of silence, because it gets them grounded, and it gets them their awareness up so they can actually receive what we're teaching. All right, Joe, this was great. I appreciate that. Let's talk about the automotive industry for a minute, right? Okay. So we have, as we record this, it's December 8th, 2023. Interest rates are up, right? Cars are more expensive. Supply chain is an issue, so it's harder to actually get a car that maybe you want. And so, you walk into a dealership, and you're training these people how to sell, right? People at a dealership. And a lot of times people walk into a dealership and they're immediately on the defense, right? How am I going to negotiate? What am I going to do? Right. So, and so what are some of the key things? A really good automotive salesperson is so artful. So to those that are not as artful yet, where do you begin? Where do you begin when your client's already walking in angry that they're paying too much and they don't even know the price?
Exactly. Right. So today, a majority of the clients are reaching out before they ever come in, because they anticipate the battle. They anticipate all that stuff. So I have to be really good on the phone. I have to be really good via text and really good via email. And then they come in, and then I can get them to show up.
All right. Well, hold on. Back up. So, let's we're gonna do a mini business course real quickly. Hold on one second, because I want to talk on this topic. Hold on one second. Okay, I want to do a mini business course on the 3 things when you talk about sales, Joe Ingram. When you talk about sales, and you focus on automotive sales, at least for the sake of this discussion, the 3 things you were sharing, starts with how to get them in the door. It begins with email, calls, and texts. But let's start with a text. What does the text need to be like to get them engaged?
So again, to me, the answer is the simpler, the better. Right. And so it's just an introduction. I do this all the time and watch people go, "What happened?" I go, "Hey, this is Joe. Right. Can we text today?"
Okay, good. Right? Simple. Okay.
And then they say yes. And they're going to say yes, because they're not going to answer the phone.
I love it. Can we text today. Right. It's so simple. Right. I always like to break things down to like kindergarten, 2nd grade level.
Absolutely.
Can we text today? So you're basically saying, are you open? Do you have the time? Can you make the space for me today? Okay.
Right. Now, I'm in California. So in California, we have to have permission to text. So when they answer back yes, I just got my opt-in.
Oh, perfect.
As opposed to sending out rates apply and blah and all that stuff.
But still the simplicity of the question is great. Okay. An initial email to get people, again, the goal is how do we get people in the door?
So initial email, because it's a longer scripted reply to them, I need to answer the question they asked. Okay. And most people forget that. They put in the fluff of, this is why you buy here. This is what you do here. If I email you, John, and I go, is the interior gray or brown? And I go, do you understand how long we've been in business? Do you understand that we're number 1 in this market? Right. We all say we're number 1 in the area. The area just happens to be the same space as the dealership.
Right. Yeah, I love it. So don't forget to answer the question. I love it. Okay, so we talk about text, we talk about email. Now, what is the call sound like to get them in?
So the call is just simply introducing yourself. Okay, say, hey, this is Joe over at Ingram Motors, and I say, do you have a second to discuss what you sent over to me in email?
Okay. All right, good.
Right? I'm going to get permission from them to move forward, because I don't understand why, but people answer phones in meetings. I've never understood that.
Right.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, hi. And you're like, dude, that's what a text is for.
Right.
You can text all day in a meeting. Nobody's going to pay attention, but stop it with the answer the phone.
That is
Call me
hilarious.
back later.
All right.
Hey, reply back to my text.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. This is a mini business course with Joe Ingram, Ingram Interactive. Joe, this was great. All right. Now let's talk about a little bit more about, just kind of once that client is in the door, right? So they're walking in, they've done you've sent the text, you've sent the email, you've had the call, they've done all their research on the internet. They're walking in and, for the sake of this avatar, angry that they're overpaid before they even know the price, that they're not going to get the deal, the discount, the da-da-da-da-da. Let's talk about the walk up to the client, right? So, studies show that people evaluate you within the first 6 to 7 seconds of just watching you walk into a room. So just kind of, what's the walk?
Yeah. So again, I teach a concept called assumed rapport. So I already assume we're friends, right? Yeah. John, you do it, right? You instinctually do this, right? So I tell people all the time, walk up and go say hi to your friend.
Yeah.
So I'm not walking up going, I know everything and this is my house and this is how we're doing. I'm going to casually walk up to the person, put my hand out, right? Yeah. And I like to go with, I already know why you're here. I know why you came in. You found something online that you want to see in person. Yeah. So I say that and I go, hey, John, right? I'll walk up and go, hi, I'm Joe. What did you see online that you wanted to see in person?
Yeah.
And then I watch their shoulders go from up here to, oh, you get it.
Right.
Right. And they drop. And then they go, I'm so-and-so, this stock number. And then they'll show you on their phone the car they came in to look for. Now I've already defeated the I hate you, you hate me, and we're going to battle. And then I say, great. So let's go. We'll walk that direction.
Well, hold on. I want to pause you for a second because
Sure.
Again, the question is simple. You're not walking up, you're not introducing, you're not saying, let me show you this, let me show you that. You need to, we need to meet people where they are. And I don't think it's obvious, Joe. I do a lot of sales coaching, I'm executive coaching. I work with solopreneurs to Fortune companies, everything in between, probably like you do. But sometimes people overcomplicate just this simple question. What brought you in today? What did you look like? What did you look at that I can show you or discuss with you? So they understand, so they feel heard and just not being sold.
Right. Well, again, most people walk up and go, how can I help you?
Right.
And what are they going to say? The same thing when you go to any shop and they go, how can I help you? You look at them and go, I'm just looking.
Right.
And that is their little card that they play later. Once you get to the point of actually talking numbers and going through stuff, they're like, remember I told you in the beginning, I was just looking. And so I don't want to get a just looking. I want to actually find out what it is you're doing.
Right.
But again, why can't anybody stop and say, hey, this is what I would go through for me to walk on the lot.
Yeah.
Right? In any business, what do they go through to get there? Acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And then you're already one step ahead and stop overcomplicating. You were right on that one.
Yeah.
Everybody tries to go, it needs to be 12 steps. I'm like, that's a recovery program.
Right. I love this conversation. And I do my best always to break things down to the simple. And sometimes things are so simple, they're actually more complicated for people. Because I think so many people in sales are wired to be like, hey, we're the number one this and we're the number one this. And we like, nobody cares. It's like people call me and they say, hey, can you give me a referral? I say, no, I don't give referrals because I don't tell anybody who my clients are. And it doesn't matter what anybody tells you. I just spent 15 minutes telling you exactly how I can help you, asking you very specific questions. I guarantee everything. I don't do any contracts. So if you don't like it, then we'll end after 30 minutes and I'll send you all my notes and yada, yada. So to that point, I just love the simplicity that you're talking about. Okay. So you walk in, somebody says, hey, what brought you in today? This and the other. Next step.
So next step is once they've told me what they're here for, right? Because again, I would like to say, unless I came up sleazy, right, to where they looked at me and go, I just don't like this guy. If I look like their third grade teacher that used to throw chalk at them or whiteboard pins, right, then they're going to step back. But I believe everybody has that point where we know we're not clicking.
Yeah.
Right. And that's when I have to go get somebody else. And I always tell them, go find the salesperson, your co-salesperson that you like the least.
Yeah.
Right. Go grab the guy you don't like, go give it to the customer who doesn't like you and click.
You're right.
Right. But I will tell you, most people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I say, so at that point in time,
hold on. I know I keep on pausing you, but collaboration is one of the most important things in business. Because if you can put greed on the side and collaborate, you will make way more money. And the world that we're in today is all about, we're going to start seeing way more collaborations than ever before. So to your point, I work with a lot of companies and I'm always promoting collaboration because it's not competing, it's collaborating. And there's a big difference. And if each person knows their unique ability and their role and responsibility in a relationship, when you collaborate, you can monetize and scale so much faster.
Absolutely. If you can look at the person across from you and go, man, this guy reminds me of John.
Yeah.
Then I should shut up and go get John.
Right.
Right. Because what happens is I will try to force that interaction, which means low gross and low probability of
you're not going to convert.
Yeah, bad customer satisfaction. If I'm the only one with the product, or I, drop the price so much they buy it, they're doing it in spite of me. But to me, the answer is I want to find the person that's the best fit for them. Let them go. I get half of something.
Correct.
As opposed to all of nothing. But most salespeople will get their buddy.
Yeah.
Because I'm buddies with John. I want him to do this. Well, the customer goes, all you did was bring somebody up here with glasses and a different shirt, but it's the same guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, nope, stop that. But again, I'm going to go and I'm going to find what they're looking for. The conversation is going to be what appealed to you about this vehicle, right? I just want to ask them what it was, because there's 100% of every product or services features. There's a feature, 100% of them. People care about 20%.
Yeah, not even.
And if you don't even find what it is, you're going to present about stuff that is completely boring your customer to death.
Yeah.
And so that's what I look at and go, no, I'm just going to find out what it is, get there, talk to them about what they liked, show them what it is. And then I look at people, I avoid any industry term, right? So what is it that every salesperson wants you to do when you go to a dealership? Test drive. Yeah. You got to test drive. You got to why? We want you emotional. We want you out of logic. We want you emotional. You can make a dumber decision that way. Yeah. Right. But the second you say test drive.
Yeah. You sound corporate.
They go, that's part of a sales process. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I talk to you. I already assume rapport. We're friends. And I'll go, all right. So John, let's just take it for a spin and make sure it's the right one.
Yeah.
And now you go take it for a spin. That doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Right. And then, well, I'm in a hurry. Great. We'll do the short route.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Well, you know what? I don't know if what you want to jump on the freeway. Where do you want to go? You want long or short? It's up to you. It's the same route. It's the same route every time. Right. I don't make left turns because I don't want my body in the passenger side to get hit by the car because you can't judge it right. You know, so we only make right turns and then come back into the dealership and come back. But again, I get calls to action. Right. People can people can actually make a choice, but not make a decision.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I get back, I'll tell them, can you reach over and pull up that windshield wiper? It tells my lot staff that the vehicle belongs to somebody and not to go put it back. Otherwise, we're going to have to go dig it back out again.
Yeah.
And if they grab the windshield wiper and pull it up, that's just a choice to do that. That says I'm taking ownership of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Without saying, so do you want to buy? You want to buy? This is the right one? You want to go do some numbers? You want to do this? No. Stop doing that. Stop being so cheesy and expected. Go online and say what to avoid at a car dealership and make sure you don't do any of those things.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I just want to highlight one thing. No corporate speak, right? I coach a lot of managers too and owners. And I always talk about you always want to kind of don't corporate speak. People don't respond well to it. You gotta get it down to kindergarten, second grade level, and it sounds as if it's coming from you. I love it. Let's do it, Joe. Let's do a quick speed round. A book, a TED Talk, a TED Talk, or an article that's had a big impact on you.
Who Not How.
Love that book.
Yes, I love that book.
Dan Sullivan that is one of my favorite books. Right? I think Community. We've talked about that book before. If you haven't read it, it's a must read. You need to find the who so you can delegate and grow your business. Best piece of wisdom you've ever received?
Never be normal. Normal people get normal paychecks.
Okay, good. I like that. And finish this sentence. One thing everybody needs to do to continually grow their sales skills, because in my opinion, I think you think the same. Everything is sales. Everything is marketing. One thing everybody needs to do to grow their sales skills today is
understand personality types.
I love it. Tell everybody, Joe, where they can connect with you, learn more about you, etc.
Everything that's out on the web is called at thegeniuslinks.com.
I love it. Joe, this was a blast. I got to have you back on. Stay on. We're going to catch up a little bit more. Think Community. I love this podcast. I'm a business coach. I work with successful people all over the globe who are stuck. I get them unstuck. I love to have guests like Joe who can give you guidance to get unstuck. Joe, I always like to extract at least one thing. And you said something that I think is really, really important for people. And I want to recap it, that people can make a choice, but not a decision. As salespeople, one of the things that is so important and in leadership is to help people make a decision. It is really, really important. It is one of the most difficult things next to people asking for help, I find. And I appreciate you highlighting it and everything that we talked about today. Think Community, if Joe can help you, please reach out. If I can help you, please reach out at johndwoskin.com. Joe, this was a blast. I appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you.